reach the top somehow.
Oh yes, my Straight Talk family. Whenever you hear that theme song, you know it's time for another edition of Straight Talk, and time for me to say greetings to the world, because we are on the World Wide Web, and we reach and we communicate with you all over the globe. From the beautiful Federation here in St. Kitts and Nevis, two beautiful islands and one lovely paradise. So it's always imperative for me to say good night to St. Kitts and Nevis. Good night to the entire Caribbean. We reach way down south, right onto the South American mainland of Guyana, Venezuela. Come up to Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Dominica, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Bonsoir, and Antigua and Barbuda. Montserrat is normally in the house as well. And of course, we're going west. We're going west to St. Eustatius, Sable, St. Bartholomew, St. Martin and Guilla, the USVI and the BVI, St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, Totola and Igado, Virgin Gorda, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and of course in the Kittitian and Nevisian diaspora, there's some of you in Asia, there's some of you in Europe, there's some of you in Africa, and there are a whole lot of you all over North America. So I am at liberty to say good night. I will say good morning, and in some cases I can say good afternoon, because one of such greetings will be applicable to the region in which you find yourselves. And we normally have first-timers. For those of you who continue to share the link, we say thank you, as you bring us first-timers. And for the first-timers, just to inform you that Straight Talk is a public service program that's heard every Monday and Thursday from 8 in the p.m. And we facilitate and promote free expression on all issues of national interest, be they legal, be they environmental, be they technological, social, economic, and or political issues. On Straight Talk, we do have a forum to express yourselves freely. On this program, we try as well to raise the level of national, regional, international consciousness. We try to raise the level of national, regional, and international discourse by alerting our people to their rights, to their responsibilities, and certainly to their obligations. My name is Ian Patches Liebert, and I thank Almighty God for blessing me with yet another opportunity to join you in conversation on yet another occasion. And as your host, I always pledge to remain an untiring advocate of truthfulness. I'm minded by the words of a favorite hymn of mine by Thomas Jackson and Franz Joseph Haydn. And I like these words. We are called to be God's prophets, speaking for the truth and right, standing firm for godly justice, bringing all those evil things to light. So let's seek the courage needed our high calling to fulfill, that we all may know the blessing of the doing of God's will. So let me hasten to remind you, my Straight Talk family, especially the first timers, let me inform you that absolutely nothing is watered down on this program. To make it more interesting, not by omission or exaggeration. Straight Talk is not about sensationalism. We are not about creating excitement, especially at the expense of accuracy, because we lean on the facts, as it is my bounden duty to present at all times the unvarnished truth. That's what I call it, the plain truth, especially when it comes to governance, accountability, transparency, in St. Kitts and Nevis and wherever you are in the world, because we are joined together with people across our federation, across the Caribbean. As a matter of fact, we are joined with people in the diaspora around the world. Some we know very well, some we have met, some we may never ever meet physically. We do meet spiritually. But the point is, we are a different people. So we entertain what I call a diversity of views. We'll have a difference in opinions, and that's fine. Some will agree with the positions of truth that we advance on this program called Straight Talk, and some will disagree, and that's fine. But please, what will sadden me if we ever begin, if we ever start, if we ever become disagreeable, I should say. So in the interim, in the meanwhile, let's thank Almighty God for helping us to understand, oh, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Let us therefore hope and pray for the day when we will all sing his praise together. So welcome again, my people, and thanks for those who share the link. As you bring first timers, as I mentioned, please continue to do so. I must always remind you as well that Straight Talk is a participative program. By that I mean we include your calls, we include your emails as well. And if you're so minded, call in. The numbers are on your screens. And some of you who like the cloak of anonymity, that's what I call it. You don't want to be heard? So we give you access via our email platform, and that address is also on your screens. Straight Talk is also heard live on Alexa. Once you have access to Alexa, just say, Alexa, play Massive Vibes Radio. And we thank the owner for providing us access to Alexa at a nominal cost. As we say cost, some of you have also made donations to support our efforts here on Straight Talk. And for that I say a big, big thank you. I must also reassure you that no matter what your contribution is, please don't stop, because it helps us to continue this important service, what I call a public service. So others who may wish to donate can simply scan the code on your screen to access the payment form. It's a very simple process. It takes you a few minutes. It's highly confidential as well. So thank you again for your support and for helping us to keep the dialogue alive. And my Straight Talk family, I must say, a special welcome to my junior brigade. If I don't, I'll be in trouble, trust me. So, let me hail Jasmine. Let me hail young Dwayne. Let me hail Tristan, Shamar, Kevin, young Rue, over there in South Carolina. I've heard of from your grandmother for a long time. And about Jamal in Anguilla. Travis, I should say, take that back, Travis. And Trevon, upon extension. Oh, and I'll certainly be in trouble as well if I don't hail my grandson Neymar and his good friend Soraya. What about Elizabeth and that special lady as well in St. Louis? Just she's doing okay. We normally start with our observations in review. And our observations in review is that time when we reflect on current issues. We ask some questions. We do some reflection. We ask what has helped others, what has changed since we last spoke, and what is expected next, and what we have learned as a people, because it's a learning process. And after our observations, we will begin our thesis for tonight. I can forewarn you, it would be of great interest, like most of our theses. And I have titled this thesis, Boy Lucifer, Do Not Cross the Line. But my first observation, my straight talk family, relates to the transparency and accountability that is missing from the Social Security Board. I have mentioned it for some time, so I must tonight. Because what has happened, my Street Dog family, is a continuing refusal of the St. Kitts and Nevis Social Security Board to publish its audited financial statements. And they are audited, we know. They also failed to publish the long-completed actuarial report or review. And this, I submit, is a serious breach of public trust. And it has been going on since the change of government in August 2022. Citizens have been promised a new era of transparency, good governance, and accountability. Yet the handling of the nation's most important social safety net tells a different story. The Social Security Fund belongs to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. It belongs to us, not to any administration, not to the board, and certainly not to these political appointees. The Social Security Fund is financed by the hard-earned contributions of workers and employers across the Federation. As such, the public has every right to know the true state of the fund's finances and its long-term sustainability. The actuarial review is not a trivial document. It's not. It provides an independent technical assessment of the health of the Social Security Fund and projects how long current reserves can sustain benefit payments. We've heard the prognosis in the US and the Social Security, it means a lot to us here in St. Kitts and Nevis as well. So to continue to suppress this report or to delay its release without explanation invites suspicion and undermines confidence in the institution's management. And it's particularly troubling that such opacity persists under the leadership of Chairman Janet Harris, who once served as financial secretary in this country, a position that should embody fiscal responsibility and transparency. She knows. So one would expect at the very least a commitment from Mrs. Janet Harris to uphold the principles of open governance that were loudly promised to the people. Accountability cannot be selective. It cannot be demanded of some institutions and ignored by others when politically inconvenient. The people of St. Kitts and Nevis deserve clear answers, therefore. Why have the audited statements of the Social Security Board not been published? Why is the actuarial report being withheld? And what, if anything else, is being hidden from the public view? True transparency means facing the facts, good or bad, and trusting the people with the truth. So until the Social Security Board releases these reports, doubts about the management and future of the fund will only grow louder, for sure, on this platform. So we are asking here on Straight Talk, we sent out a call to the chairperson, Mrs. Janet Harris, chairperson of the Board of the Social Security. Release the documents. Publish the documents. It's not your business, it's our business. What are you hiding? But we will continue to follow this story until we get things straight. Our second observation, my Straight Talk family, relates to a reliable rumor. Yes, it's reliably rumored that Mama Brantley is building a family mansion in her hometown, Grenada. Not a house. I repeat, a family mansion. Meanwhile, the snake Mark Brantley has written a letter to voters in Nevis, soliciting their support for the controversial Destiny Project. Recall, my Straight Talk family, that the snake Mark Brantley told these same voters a few weeks ago that it does not matter. What matters are the opinions at home. Remember, he said this, my Straight Talk family.
And gentlemen, I am here to advise those who may not have known that it does not matter to me one jot what people say. It doesn't matter. What you have to say about me and your opinion of me, that no matter. You understand? Because when I go home, it is the opinions there that matter to me most. I live by me. You live by you. So you worry about who home by you, whether them like you or not. And I can worry about who home by me.
My Straight Talk family, your opinions do not matter. What matters are the opinions at home. And who is home? Who is at home? His lovely wife. Think about it, my Straight Talk family. When the snake Mark Brantley gets home, he no doubt looks for an update on the level of real estate commissions Mama Brantley will earn from the projected $50 million. $50 million for crawling on her belly and getting between Olivier Janssens and the landowners over there in the south of Nevis. He called it the go-between.
Developer is a company, as I believe it's called South Nevis Limited, and that company is working with my wife. So she's acting as a go-between between her client, who's the developer, and landowners, and asking if they're minded to sell their land.
Yes, that's what he called it, my Straight Dog family. Mama Brantley is the go-between Janssens and the landowners. And Daniel Brantley will also earn, beg your pardon, another $50 million as a service provider once that project gets going in the format that's been announced. And that is what's called generational wealth, or money amounting, when combined, to $100 million for the Brantleys. No wonder the government no longer listens to the people who voted for them. And worse yet, the people of Nevis. So it does not matter to you. It matters to Brantley, the snake Mark Brantley, and his wife Sharon Mama Brantley when he gets home. My third observation, my Straight Talk family, relates to elections. He brought you the information that elections were announced in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ralph Gonzalez is seeking an unprecedented 6th consecutive term. We understand today was nomination day. But 1 year from the November the 12th, 2026, the constitutional deadline for elections, St. Lucians are going back to the polls on December 1st, 2025. And this announcement was made by Prime Minister Philip Peer last night, who informed the country and the nation and the world of this.
The last general election,
take that back, my Straight Talk family. Let's take that back from the top. What's going on? Okay, my Straight Talk family, that's my bad. Let's take that back from the top. But the elections are to be convened in St. Lucia, as I mentioned, as of December the 1st, which gives, if my calculations are right, gives some 27 or 28 days for campaigning in St. Lucia and for the opportunity of St. Lucians to go back to the polls 1 year in advance of the constitutional deadline, which I said is November 12, 2026. And as I said, I was trying to say earlier, Philip Peer made this announcement last night.
the last general election was on July 26, 2021. The Constitution of St. Lucia says in section 55(2) that Parliament, unless sooner dissolved, shall continue for 5 years from the date of the first sitting of the House after any dissolution, and shall then stand dissolved. This would mean that general elections are constitutionally due for the latest 3 months after the first sitting of Parliament, which was held on 12 August 2021. In effect, general elections are not constitutionally due until November 12, 2026. Confident that we have delivered what we had promised, and the need to carry on with the normal business of government, today I advise the Governor General to dissolve the Parliament of St. Lucia tomorrow, Monday 10th November 2025, and to issue writs of elections to pave the way for the general election. The general election will be held on Monday, 1st December 2025. Nomination day will be Friday, 21st November 2025.
And that's my Straight Talk family. The announcement from Philip Peer, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. Well, 2 Labour parties in the Caribbean have gone. What about St. Kitts? Many are wishing that Terence Michael Drew would, instead of saying the hospital is on the way, the New Barcy High School is on the way, so many things are on the way, and they're not coming to fruition. Why don't he relieve us of his incompetence, and his bad management, and tell the country that elections are on the way? But those are my observations in review for tonight, my Straight Talk family. And we are going to move right into our thesis. We're going to move right into our thesis for tonight, my Straight Talk family, which again I have titled, Don't Cross the Line. Boy Lucifer, don't cross the line. My Straight Talk family, I have come before you tonight, as always, with a deep sense of duty, not just to speak to power, but to defend the integrity of the very institutions that hold our democracy. Our Constitution is clear. No man, no matter how high his office, is above the law. Yet today we face a troubling reality, my Straight Talk family. A very troubling reality. That the very person sworn to uphold the laws of our land, the Attorney General himself, has repeatedly brought the office into disrepute through arrogance, intimidation, and conduct unbecoming of the chief law officer of our federation. How many more times must the Attorney General Garth Lucifer Wilkin be allowed to cross the line? That is the question being asked by the young, the old, and the in-between. Why? Because his latest infraction, his most recent stance or most recent instance of breaking the law came, my Straight Talk family, from a threatening call to his next door neighbor, Reginald Francis. And out of an abundance of respect for you, my Straight Dog family, I refuse to play the video on my last episode because it contained a lot of words beginning with the letter F, or as many would say, it contained a lot of F words. But tonight, I am forced to provide the evidence. So I tried my endeavor best to edit out those F words used in this threatening call by Garth Lucifer Wilkin.
Good afternoon.
I tried to edit out, and I did, my Straight Dog family. I did, in fact, edit out those F words which he used while addressing his neighbor, his next door neighbor, to be exact. Garth, his next door neighbor, Reggie Francis, beg your pardon. And this is what he said, my Straight Dog family. This is exactly what the disgraced Attorney General had to say. Listen carefully.
Good afternoon.
Fred, I am extremely disappointed to hear that you are telling people stupidness about my wife. Do not cross the line. Do not cross the f***ing line.
What are you talking about?
Because I will deal with it in court, Reggie. Do not call my wife name to anybody. You hear me?
I don't know if that's
Do not
all right. That's all right.
My Straight Dog family, that's the best. That's the best I could have done. But I couldn't play the original tape. Like I said, it contained too many F words. But ask yourselves the question, my Straight Dog family. What did his neighbor Reggie hear or see that would have caused this obscene outburst and threat against Reggie by Garth Lucifer Wilkin? We have watched with growing alarm as the Attorney General, a man who presented himself as a guardian of integrity and accountability. I recall when the Attorney General vomited at the SCNIPER, the St. Kitts Youth Parliament Members Association, I should say, when he told this gathering of our youths about integrity, honesty, and being free of deceit and truthfulness. He gave them this lecture, my Straight Dog family, about honesty and integrity.
I am here to...
Oh gosh, what's going on with this? My Straight Dog family, be with me. The devil is in the house. But he spoke, as I said, about honesty, integrity, and he told the gathering of youth, gave them a lecture about integrity and honesty. And he said this, my Straight Dog family. He said this, I'll give it to you now. my Straight Dog family?
I am here to speak about integrity. And I believe that it's important to know that no true leader, no leader that excels in a leadership role can do so without integrity. So bear with me while we go through what integrity is, because I think it's important for people to know and understand. And for the persons who are in here and the persons who are listening who want to be leaders, I think it's important that you need to take integrity seriously. And what is integrity? I don't have slides, so pardon me. It's the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. What is a quality? A distinctive attribute or characteristic possessed by someone. What is it to be honest, free of deceit and untruthfulness, being sincere?
That's what he said. But my Straight Dog family, it was not too long after God, Lucifer Wilkin, was unmasked by his own actions. Garth Lucifer Wilkin was unmasked by his own actions. This is a man who stood at that youth forum preaching integrity, my Straight Dog family, lecturing and talking down to people like a guardian of virtue. But what did we find out? We found out shortly thereafter that the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court recorded. Yes, the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court records, not rumors, hear me, records. These records show that he failed to pay the Social Security contributions of his domestic employee. Yes, he failed to pay the Social Security contributions for his own nanny. A violation which Justice Tamara Gill, my Straight Dog family, described as a criminal offense. Yes, she did, my Straight Dog family, described it as a criminal offense. When she said this, my Straight Dog family.
Maybe Mr. Wilkins should be disclosing what's happened. Maybe Mr. Wilkins should disclose that he had failed to pay Social Security benefits for 15 months on one occasion, on another occasion for 5 months, and another one for about three or 4 months. And all of that is contrary to the law. And it is not a simple matter of just saying, oh, you just pay the fines. Because what you expose yourself to there is criminal action. And isn't this something that should be told to everybody? That if you do not pay your Social Security benefits, you are liable to be prosecuted. You hold yourself up for that possibility.
And yes, my Straight Dog family, how can an Attorney General, the chief law officer of this land, break the law and still stand before us as if he's untouchable? How can he preach honesty when he himself was caught in deception? The majority still believe that Garth Lucifer Wilkins should have been jailed, like others who committed the same offense. But he's a Wilkin. He's a great grandson of a slave owner on St. Kitts. After all, Garth Lucifer Wilkin is the chief legal advisor to the government and to the cabinet. So, in a sense, he is chief legal advisor to Terence Michael July, my Straight Dog family.
The Attorney General, by definition, is a legal advisor to the government.
Okay.
Most things that government does has to be vetted for legality first. So that is why that concept of engine of the government is so accurate, because almost anything that needs to be done in government has to come to the Attorney General's office for sign off, basically. You know, contracts, any opinions, any claims, any constitutional matters, all of that comes to the office of the Attorney General. In addition to sitting in cabinet, and then cabinet decisions, if there are any legal issues that arise, I have to advise cabinet on those issues. Let's separate it. There's the office of the Attorney General, the Attorney General's office, and then there's the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs. So I basically wear two hats. But I think when people hear Attorney General, they think of both. So I think it's only fair that people know about both.
Yes, my straight talk family. He wears two hats. Like he said, he wears two hats. But he's the chief legal advisor to Terence Michael Joe. And it's reliably rumored that concerned citizens and strong supporters of the Labour Party dispatched the disgusting video to the Prime Minister with a recommendation, with a clear recommendation for his resignation. But Terence Michael July responded, believe it or not, in support of Lucifer, saying the Attorney General was right to protect his family. Well, how can the chief legal advisor to the government, the enforcer of our nation's laws, himself stand guilty of transgressing them? How can he lecture the citizens about integrity while ignoring his own legal obligations? This is hypocrisy at the highest level, and the people of St. Kitts must not stand for it. The Federation is therefore in awe, having learned of that position, and can only conclude that Terence Michael July has no moral minimum, as everything seems acceptable, and Garth Lucifer Wilkin is an untouchable. The more Garth Lucifer Wilkin gets away with, he gets away with, beg your pardon, the more emboldened he has become. Very early in his career, remember, he displayed a naked arrogance, which on its own, my straight dog family, revealed that Lucifer did not possess the temperament required for the job of Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs. He first threatened to embarrass ordinary citizens of this country. I'm sure you remember when he said this, my straight dog family.
First of all, let me explain. Decisions to prosecute for crimes under our Constitution is solely within the purview of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Governments can't decide whether to prosecute previous governments. For minor infractions, we can take persons before the Public Service Commission, so that with the evidence that we have, and they could potentially be removed from the public service. Today, well, after yesterday and some things that I discovered, I might be publicly embarrassing some people, which might actually be worse than going to prison. I'm contemplating whether I should do that, and I'm minded more so about 70-30 to embarrass some people who might not have been corrupt, but were, I don't want to use the word I used earlier, but not very friendly towards our treasury, and I'm not going to tolerate that, and I'm going to embarrass some people.
And yes, my straight talk family, promise to embarrass some people. Catapulted from his father's office at South Independence Square as a junior counsel into the halls of power, and as if to rub salt in our wounds, Garth Lucifer Wilkins stands up in our parliament beats his chicken chest and reminds us that they call him Lucifer, and he's not afraid of anyone. That's what he did, my straight dog family.
They call me Lucifer. But I ain't afraid of nobody, you know. I ain't afraid of nobody. But they want to demonize people for the sake of politics. Nasty people. And this house, which is a house where people are elected to serve, and those people choose other people to serve with them, is the place to tell our people when certain things are not acceptable in a society.
And my straight dog family, yes, he did say he was not afraid.
I think it's time we need to draw a line in the sand, and we need to make sure that we have a better country moving forward. I'm not afraid of anybody, and I was saying that straight up. I'm not scared of anybody. I was hired to do a job, and I'm going to do that job. So some people should be shaking in their boots right now.
And yes, he said, he referred to us as a people as nasty. I must repeat that. He referred to us as nasty, Lucifer.
They call me Lucifer. But I ain't afraid of nobody, you know. I ain't afraid of nobody. But they want to demonize people for the sake of politics. Nasty people. And this house, which is a house where people are elected to serve, and those people choose other people to serve with them, is the place to tell our people when certain things are not acceptable in a society.
Yes, that's what they call us, nasty people. But it does not stop there. The people of St. Kitts and Nevis have witnessed a pattern of arrogance, bullying, and abuse of power. This Attorney General has threatened to confiscate the telephones of citizens. That's so far he's gone, my straight dog family.
There are laws in this country that make it a criminal offense to either make or forward statements, letters, any sort of art, communications by electronic device that either harasses, threatens, intimidates, molests other people. It is called unlawful communications. And Madam Speaker, I want the people of this country to know that if the culture of forwarding and sending around things that could cause harm to other people is not stopped voluntarily by the goodwill and decency within your heart, the police are going to have to stop it. And the police have the authority and they have the law to take your phone, and don't matter what you delete, it can be found. And the police will charge you and bring you to justice. So,
and my straight dog family, he threatened your phone. What about those of you in the diaspora? Lucifer even spoke of extraditing you, our own people in the diaspora. That's how far he was willing to go.
I know they have Kittitians and Nevisians living in the States who believe because the States allow you to say anything they want, they could say anything they want. Stay up there. Come out of our internet. Right? If you do that, we can send MLAT to the US. We could find you, we could prosecute you, and we could get you extradited to St. Kitts to face charges.
Imagine that. But most disturbingly, my straight dog family, Lucifer has now been caught in a telephone recording using obscene, menacing, and threatening language. Behavior which is clearly prohibited under Section 13, subsection 1 of the Electronic Crimes Act, my straight dog family, which he himself referred to in threatening our own people, my straight dog family. And that's on your monitors. Where a person without lawful excuse or justification, knowingly uses a system to send a message, letter, or electronic communication that is obscene, constitutes a threat, or is menacing in character. And my Straight Talk family, such behavior is unacceptable from any public officer. Unacceptable, intolerable from the one who is entrusted to defend the rule of law. When the Attorney General boasts that he is not afraid of anybody and threatens to embarrass citizens, he is not displaying courage. He is displaying contempt. Contempt for the people he serves. Contempt for the principles of justice. And contempt for the very office he occupies. Let us be clear. Power does not give you the right to intimidate. Office does not grant you the license to abuse. The Attorney General should not be the nation's moral compass, nor and neither its chief tormentor. Garth Lucifer Wilkin could not maintain his character when no one was watching my Straight Talk family. He could not maintain his character.
What are moral principles? Guidelines that people live by to make sure they're doing the right thing. What is the right thing? Making decisions that are not based on your own personal needs, that don't expand your popularity or enhance your personal beliefs. It means doing what is best for the greater or common good. Doing what is best for the greater or common good. For example, maintaining your character when no one is watching. What is character? The mental and moral qualities distinctive of an individual, the way someone thinks, feels, and behaves. Honesty, sincerity, strong moral principles, making decisions for the greater good, not for personal needs. These are the key elements of integrity. The Bible has numerous teachings about integrity. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out. Amen.
Amen, my Straight Talk family. And when I first listened to the teleconversation, I ignored the content of the behavior of Lucifer was despicable. I ignored this.
Good afternoon.
Fred, I am extremely disappointed to hear that you are telling people stupidness about my wife. Do not cross the line. Do not cross the f***ing line.
What are you talking about?
Because I will see you with it in court, Reggie. Do not call my wife name to anybody. You hear me?
I don't know if that's
Do not
all right. That's all right.
Despicable, as I said, my Straight Talk family. I was torn between my belief that we must bring evil things to light, and we have always heard that what's in the dark must come to light. It means that secrets hidden actions or wrongdoings will be eventually exposed and or revealed. Lucifer could not keep his dirty secrets in the closet forever, so his nasty behavior was exposed. And those who are familiar with Scripture will be able to find this concept in Luke 12, verses 2 to 3, which state, "For there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, nor hidden that will not be known." My Straight Talk family, Garth Lucifer Wilkin is not only arrogant, he's a miscreant and now a proven liar. Lucifer told the country, for example, that the NIA had no input into the drafting of the controversial Special Sustainable or Sustainability Zone Authorization Act, number 21 of 2025. He told the country this lie, my straight dog family, blatant lie.
The law that passed in the parliament where a cause so much controversy in Nevis right now. You get may ask the Premier question, and he said that he did not put in no input. It was just the AG office is the one that draft that bill. So may ask, you know, because this is a freedom. You get any input different to the AG office to draft the bill, yeah?
Let me explain what the bill does. I think
that's not what the man asked you. He asked if there was any input by the Premier.
No, there's been a lot of misinformation. Jamie, if you could give me 30 seconds.
Okay.
All the bill does is allows the Prime Minister to enter into development agreements for the creation of a special sustainability zone.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a zone proposed in Nevis, the Premier and the Nevis Island Administration must be a party to that development agreement.
Uh-huh.
It does not create a zone.
Mm-hmm.
In order for a zone to be created with special rules in Section 6, it must go to Parliament as the development agreement itself.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody gets to see the terms. Everybody gets to have the debate. I think this debate is a little premature because this bill is not controversial in any way. It could potentially be that a development agreement bill could be controversial, but we are putting the cart before the horse.
So was there any collaboration with the AG's office and the Premier? That's the question.
There was
Let me thank you.
and the Premier? No.
Or from the Premier's office?
No.
Any contribution from Nevis?
Potentially.
Potentially?
Yes, because I'm not the drafter.
Okay.
You want me to bring my drafting team on board? I'll bring them on the show with me next time.
Just find out from the member.
No, but I understand what the question is seeking to do. It is a federal bill.
Mm-hmm.
It can apply in St. Kitts or Nevis, as explained during the debate, and the debate is available on YouTube. I wasn't part of the debate, but the debate is available on YouTube. It has the potential to create different types of zones that can bring economic benefit to St. Kitts and Nevis. The debate that is occurring right now is in relation to what the Premier is saying about Nevis.
A potential zone.
And I'm not getting involved in that. The NIA has their legal officer and so forth. All I can say is that I know what is controversial and what is not. The Special Sustainability Zones Authorization Act is uncontroversial because it is preliminary in nature. If a zone is going to be created, there will be a special debate. And Jamie, you know sorry for carrying on, but you know what a complaint I always get? That, especially from Mr. McMahon, we want to see the agreements from the opposition. We want to see these agreements. This act says if an agreement...
That the agreement will come before Parliament.
What's more transparent and accountable than that? Then we could have all the debates we want to have about a potential sustainability zone.
Okay. But the question is whether there was collaboration with the Nevis Island Administration and the AG's office. So next time you come?
No, the input, no. I can tell you no, because the input for amendments that occurred in Parliament came in Parliament.
Okay. Okay, gentlemen, we are out of time.
And this was nothing but a blatant lie, my straight dog family. Because according to the snake, Mark Brantley, the NIA had an input.
NIA have sight of the bill. We did not draft the bill, but we had sight of the bill because, of course, there were provisions in there that impacted Nevis.
and the question of how a zone could be created in Nevis. So that bill would have come in draft to our legal advisor in Nevis on that issue, because the provisions that impacted Nevis, obviously, we would have liked to have seen that the necessary safeguards were there and that control of lands in Nevis would remain firmly with the NIA. And it is on that basis that we said, fine, we had no objections to this bill.
Okay, so Mr. Brandley, to be clear, because I think this is one of the questions that I'm seeing popping up even in the feed, you were not responsible or part of the crafting of the bill, as you have just explained.
Well, let me say, language is important. You say the crafting of the bill. I did not draft the bill. No.
Right. Okay,
I did not craft the bill. No. The bill was created at the Attorney General's office. That's a standard operating procedure for any bill that goes to the National Assembly. But what I'm saying is that this bill in its draft form did come to our legal department because it had provisions impacting the island of Nevis. And we clearly had to be satisfied that those provisions were satisfactory to us.
Okay. So the latest fabrication, though, my straight dog family, the latest fabrication, however, of Garth Lucifer Wilkin in relation to the said act is an abomination to the office of Attorney General.
Before
an abomination, my straight dog family, as I said, because I need to get this and make sure you get this right. I've had a little difficulties. You must excuse me for that, my straight dog family. But let's get this right. His latest abomination, as I said, my straight dog family. And we have to expose the disgraced Attorney General for what he is. We have to expose his bad character, which was found out. We have to expose his lies, my straight dog family. He told so many lies as well. And we will expose them if you bear with me. We will expose them one by one. And I'm sure you'll see where I'm going to. Because we always, at all times, my straight dog family, strive. We always try our utmost best to provide you with the facts. And the Attorney General Garth Lucifer Wilkin lies like when the horse is trotting, as some folks would say. He lies like when a horse is trotting. And we have, like I said, at all times, to expose him. Because these are the ones who are holier than thou. They are so special. They are so clean. When you expose them, my straight dog family, we get to see who they really are. No good. No good, my straight dog family. And I have to find that one for you. Something is not going well. But he did in fact spoke about the Bar Association. And that's a must find. That's a must play. That's a must play, my Straight Dog family. We have to. We must. We must, my Straight Dog family, ensure we let you get it from the horse's mouth about this Bar Association. We have to. Yes, my Straight Dog family. Be with me. I'm sure you will. Okay. Okay, my Straight Dog family. Okay. Okay, I'll have to skip past that, my Straight Dog family, because we're just not getting this soundbite, this video queued up. What on earth happened? Only God knows. But he did say that the Bar Association was contacted. He did tell a blatant lie about the Bar Association. I know you take my word, but I wanted to ensure that I let you hear it, as we say, from the horse's mouth. Because the Attorney General has told so many lies, and we have to expose him for what he is. He called us nasty. I don't know what to call him, to be honest. I don't know what to call him. But he told us that the Bar Association got all these laws, when in fact he was lying, my Straight Dog family. In fact, he told a blatant lie. Blatant lie he told, my Straight Dog family. And that's not good. That's not good. But I must first apologize nonetheless, because I made some comments about this August body and the role it plays. I think it was on my last program. But after that program, I learned of the letter from the St. Kitts Nevis Bar Association, which really summarizes the behavior of our Attorney General. And the first paragraph reads, if we can read it together: response to the recent comments by the Attorney General on the Bar Association's role in the review of the legislation. And it reads, the St. Kitts and Nevis Bar Association notes with concern recent public announcements, or statements rather, made by the Honorable Attorney General Garth L. Wilkin, suggesting that the association has failed and or neglected to provide comments on draft bills passed by the National Assembly during his tenure as Attorney General. The association categorically refutes these assertions. The Bar Association has on several occasions formally requested from the Attorney General copies of all draft bills so that the association may review and provide input to the bills being made law, or prior to the bills being made law. This standing request has been maintained as a recurring agenda item at every meeting held between the Bar Association and the Attorney General since he assumed the position in 2022. But let's fast track to the second page and the second paragraph in the interest of time. Because my Straight Talk family, here's what he said. It reads rather. The Special Sustainability Zones Authorization Bill 2025 was enacted and gazetted without engagement with the bar without the association at any stage. Members have raised concerns about the legislation, and as such, the Bar Association will continue to engage its members further on this matter, as the matter is of national concern and significant apprehensions and issues have been raised. It is humbly recommended that the Attorney General should remain open to reconsidering and or revising the legislation so as to strengthen its integrity and sustainability. So my Straight Talk family, to summarize the content of this letter, one can only describe the behavior of Garth Lucifer Wilkin as extremely disgusting, offensive, and or morally repugnant. Clearly, Garth Lucifer Wilkin has crossed the line between what is considered tolerable and what is seen as a violation of fundamental ethical and or moral values. And truly, the propensity of Garth Lucifer Wilkin to lie, just like Terence Michael July, reminds me of the comments of this former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Patrick Manning. My Straight Talk family.
It raises a question, ladies and gentlemen. If they cannot speak the truth in small things, imagine what they will do in big things. My mother used to say, show me a liar and I'll show you a thief.
Oops, my Straight Talk family. And that's what our grandmother used to tell us. They can't be truthful in small things. What about big things? The Parliament passed a resolution to guarantee US $10 million on behalf of the National Housing Corporation for the construction of 2,400 houses. My Straight Talk family. They passed this resolution in the Parliament. Remember that resolution, my Straight Talk family. And page 2 of the resolution is pellucid. My Straight Talk family. It says that now therefore be it resolved by the National Assembly of St. Christopher and Nevis that the government hereby guarantees the sum of $10,260,000 United States dollars. My Straight Talk family, representing a guarantee of the sums to be contractually payable by the National Housing Corporation to East Coast Housing to construct the first phase of climate-smart homes on lands owned by resident landowners of St. Kitts who have been approved by the National Housing Corporation. And this was approved by the National Assembly on the 14th day of June 2024. Garth Lucifer Wilkin, my Straight Talk family, told the country that if upon the completion of 2 model homes and they are found to be unsatisfactory, then the contract ends. The country is unaware if the contract ended, as Brian Singh, the managing director of East Coast Housing Development, has disappeared. And the slow student Jeffrey Hanley, my Straight Talk family, the slow student Jeffrey Hanley has told us that the government has lost no money, but the Attorney General will explain. Garth Lucifer Wilkin was present when the 2 model homes were allocated. Straight Talk therefore asks the Attorney General Garth Lucifer Wilkin these simple questions. 1. Was the contract with East Coast Housing Development ended by government? And we know a contract was signed. The slow student told us this about the contract.
Good day, citizens and residents. I am taking the opportunity to address the nation on the government of St. Kitts and Nevis' progress in providing affordable home owners solutions. As a government, we believe that it is critically important for our citizens and residents to become home owners, and as such, has made it a top priority to create affordable housing solutions that will meet the ever-growing housing demand. Today, as the Minister responsible for housing and human settlement, I am pleased to formally announce that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and National Housing Corporation NHC has signed a contract with East Coast Housing Development, a Trinidadian-based developer, to finance and deliver 2,400 affordable smart homes over a period of 4 years, 600 of which will be made available each year. EC's $600 million has been sourced by this developer to fund the project, and the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, through NHC, will facilitate the development and be the point of access for the citizens who are interested in procuring a smart home.
And yes, my Street Talk family, that leads to the second question. Where is the missing US $10,260,000? Where has it gone? Was that money stolen? And if so, by whom? There's a resolution, my Street Talk family, approved by the Parliament. But Garth Lucifer Wilkin, my Street Talk family, in conclusion, has used his office to advance a political agenda rather than serving the public interest. How can the Attorney General, the man who should protect the people, turn around and threaten them? How can he say he's not afraid of anybody and that he'll embarrass citizens? Let me tell you something, my Street Talk family. We, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, are not here to be embarrassed. We are here to be empowered. When a man in power forgets humility, when he starts believing he's above the people, it's time to remind him who really holds the power. The people. The people. The people hold the power. We did not elect bullies. We elected servants of the people. We didn't vote for arrogance. We voted for accountability. We did not choose intimidation. We chose integrity. So tonight, I call for action. Real action. First, the Prime Minister must stop turning a blind eye and launch an independent investigation into the conduct of this Attorney General. Second, if the evidence confirms what the courts and the people already know, then he must go. Let the crowd say it with me. He must go. He must go. Garth Lucifer Wilkin must go. And thirdly, Parliament must strengthen our laws so that never again can any Attorney General or any minister feel untouchable. And finally, my brothers and sisters, we must keep our voices loud and our spirits strong. Because when citizens stay silent, corruption grows bold. When we speak up, justice finds its strength. Let us remind every leader, every minister, every holder of high office that the power they carry is not theirs to abuse. It is the people's power lent to them in trust. And when that trust is broken, the people have every right to reclaim it. We are a proud people. We are a just people. We believe in fairness, honesty, and respect for the rule of law. So let this message echo from St. Kitts across the Narrows to Nevis, from Cotton Ground to Sandy Point. That public office is not a shield for arrogance. It is a call to service. That justice must never bow to power, and that no one, I repeat, no one is above the law. We must send a clear message that the rule of law is sacred, that no arrogance, no intimidation, and no political shield will protect anyone who crosses that line. May God bless our federation, and may truth and justice always rise above corruption and fear. And let's just tell this Attorney General for the last time, boy Lucifer, don't cross the line. And that's my story tonight, my Straight Talk family, and I'm not going to change it. I will open the lines and entertain your calls and your emails. And when I do so, I anticipate that you will respect others. And of course, to achieve that, you must first respect yourselves. Let us try to be fair to all concerned, and let us, my Straight Talk family, try to build goodwill and better friendships. Let us, as we say and do things, ensure that they be beneficial to all concerned. And in the process of doing and or saying those things, let us strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis. With that said, I go to the lines, my Straight Talk family. I tarried much longer because it was important. Let's say good night to our first caller. Caller, you live.
Good night. Good night, Mr. Liebert.
Good night, my dear.
When someone disrespects you, beware the impulse to win their respect.
Beware
the impulse to win their respect.
Okay. To win their respect, yes.
For disrespect is not a valuation.
Disrespect
of your worth.
Valuation of your worth.
But a signal of their character.
You have to teach me shorthand. Yes, my dear, thanks. Mm-hmm.
I repeat, when someone disrespects you, beware the impulse to win their respect. For disrespect is not a valuation of your worth, but a signal of their character. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my Straight Talk family. Always welcome those quotations. Very pertinent as well. We go back to the lines and say, good night to this caller. Thank you for holding. Hello, caller.
Mr. Straight Talk.
Hello. Ooh, abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
I recognize that voice, yes. How about now?
My brother, how are you?
I am peaceful. I am peaceful. Yourself?
What can I say? So far, so good, man. You make me laugh when Mr. Monshot and the AG. I mean, that lady had to say, wait. You know, answer my question now.
True.
You going all over like a dog and chase monkey. Yes. You know, answer my question.
Up and down he going, yes, right.
I never hear this. That lady is not a fan of his, man.
Well, she was trying to bring out the truth.
Yes, but that lady is a strong lady. That lady is a strong lady. Let me just say greetings to my people and my brother they Alvin in Bellevue and his son Georgie and my lovely niece in St. Louis. How are you? Texas Queen, how are you? My brother Ellis from another mother and my lovely niece the Abigail. And I just want to straight out, you're doing a wonderful job, see, and just do what you has to do. Because this age, but how could a man in such authority and let go all so when he was cussing up those words on a radio station?
No, on the telephone.
he was on a private call?
He called his neighbor. Yes.
This man called his neighbor like that and getting a...
Threatening
no.
He threatened his neighbor.
But yes, Yes, he really jumping over off the ship. Mr. Straight Up, the next thing I find out that the people really want to give the Mama Grantley that go between a second chance to say, no, we are looking at what went down. But Mr. Straight Up, but you know that is the age was it go between for the housing, the black holes. Which one of them was it go between? They didn't say.
For the housing?
Yeah. Who was the go-between? The AG or the deputy?
I heard the SLUS student was the go-between.
Who?
The SLUS student. You don't know the SLUS student?
Oh, that's the student. Well, they call him the Black Wolf. The Black Wolf of
you call him the Black Wolf?
Of Yellowstone Park.
Okay.
Because everybody put him up, say, well, this, that. No, they put him up, they recognize what it is because so we call him the Black Wolf of Yellowstone Park.
Black Wolf.
So that's what I was telling that. Okay. So he was the go-between.
Yes.
So I guess he make all that money from the go-between and all that money gone. But you just stay on the program and just do what you're doing. You're doing a wonderful job and everybody love you. All I'm saying to the people of Nevis, stand on your ground. Stand your ground. You're going to get through. And Janice had we are waiting on you for Daniel had we are waiting on you for a statement. You mean these people have such opportunity to shut down these people in Nevis and they must sit down flat. Anyway, I thought we long enough for tonight. Mr. Straight Up, just do what you got to do. Detour, abracadabra, see you when I see you. See you soon.
Abracadabra, my Straight Talk family. See you as well. Thanks for your intervention as usual. And my Straight Talk family. Yes, our lines are open. We had to take some time to really expose this Attorney General. We had to show you who he really is. No good for us. No good at all for us, my Straight Talk family. And we had to really let you know that he has crossed the line so many times, and he should, and he must really go. And this email reads, I don't know Ira McMahon, but his incredible, unique voice on various call-in radio programs is captivating. Undoubtedly, I credit him as an academic. The Premier posted an open letter in which he made reference to a number of things in respect of the SS zone. The letter is obviously indicating that the Premier, in no uncertain terms, or the Premier, beg your pardon, is under a lot of pressure and is looking a way out. McMahon's response and comment to the letter was very intriguing. He told the Premier in no uncertain terms about his arrogance and disrespect for others. McMahon, my Straight Talk family, further elaborated on his exaggerated mannerisms, his condescending, haughty, and deviant behavior to the public. The Premier must have considered the truthfulness of McMahon's comment, and with alacrity responded, and had no other alternative but to state falsely he is not aware of the things McMahon has accused him of. But nevertheless, if that is so, he apologized. Everyone, particularly the division, should praise McMahon for his bravery, audacity, boldness, and indomitable courage in necessitating the Premier to apologize, albeit questionable. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, thank you for holding your line. Hello, caller?
Rachel?
Yes, my lord.
Rachel?
Yes, that sounds like the Major. How art thou, Major?
Well, I am not too bad. But you know that I'm a man like to tease your brain. And many people like your brain.
Why?
So here what I'm going to use for you tonight. Let us hear me listening.
I always listen to you, my brother.
My question here, my decision here tonight, you said, let us keep the first thing. Let us keep the first thing. And what is the first thing as regards to that? The Attorney General. What is this first thing?
Well, he's arrogant.
Well, all right, arrogant. Okay. I don't want to keep it too long.
He has no respect for his office.
Yes, yeah, well. Finish?
Yes.
Well, you see, I listened tonight, and what you were saying, he speaks about integrity. So I consider that is supposed to be the first thing, integrity, or in the work he does. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you must understand, and that is the main thing. Integrity is the main thing. The main thing is the main thing. Okay. And we have to keep the main thing. And because we have to keep the main things, we have to ask for grace. We have to ask for grace. Because if we don't ask for grace, we're going to end up in problems. If we don't ask for grace, we're going to end up in problems. And it's going to cause a lot of concern to you and I and the country. Yep. Yeah, this man is this big man. You say he's in charge of the law. You say?
Well, he's our chief legal advisor. He's the chief law officer. Chief law officer. Well, he advised the cabinet. He advised the prime minister. He advised all the ministries.
Okay. But then, if that is so, I have to say, if that is so, see how the main thing is integrity.
Oh, yes.
Is the integrity. Because I listened to something there that I heard on myself. And the languages themselves, I can't understand them in the language. Small days ago, one of them things on, and the police see me. What are you going to do?
That was Patois? What you thought?
As a junior thing, he came me on the station, I came to my mother, and my mother will have to discipline me. Huh?
Yes, my brother, yes.
Yeah, you swear that was as a small boy. You're in trouble, and the police hear you. Or even not elder hear you. And they carry you to your mother. What you have to do? You know, we're going to crap something on nothing. Huh?
Yes, my brother. Yes.
So we can't put a licks on him because he's a big man. And he got a term I use again. I don't agree. It is not a figurative expression. It's a positive action. He ain't afraid nobody. And he said that.
Yeah, he ain't afraid nobody.
So if he ain't afraid nobody, you could start at any time then.
They call him Lucifer.
Who is Lucifer? I hear this Lucifer. They say Lucifer is the devil. He's the devil.
Well, they call him Lucifer. He ain't afraid nobody. Yes.
Yeah, he ain't afraid nobody. Lucifer ain't afraid nobody. But then he's still in power. He ain't in nothing. He ain't in nothing. Lucifer ain't in nothing. Lucifer just saying disgusting. I don't know what kind of. But this man, I consider him to be intellectual. I consider him to be an intellectual, a brilliant man. And to behave in that manner, that ain't so good, man. That ain't so good.
Okay.
That ain't so good at all. So I don't know who in charge can do. But then it ain't so good from the country as a legal advisor. Because you also said that he say he wear two hats, ain't it? Yes, he wear two hats with one head.
He's what?
Huh? He wearing two hats with one head.
Oh.
So he's a power.
Yeah. Yeah,
he wearing two hats with one head. He said so.
Well, he said that. He's the Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs and the Attorney General, Chief Legal Advisor.
With two hats. How much head he got? One head and wearing two hats? How that? And he put that. He said he ain't afraid of nobody.
Yes.
The man who you're referring to. I'm not afraid of nobody. He's afraid of you. Maybe he's afraid of me.
Major, you put him in the cell, right? If you had your way.
Well, I mean, in the military, you do that sometimes as a junior round. insubordination. If you ever see the man,
Yes.
we call a meeting and we will discuss how we do, because you said integrity is the first thing, and
Yes.
he teaching them integrity is what you was a lesson.
Yes, he was presenting.
So people who he teach, I wonder what they say now. The boss was fooling us, man.
He was making a presentation
The boss was fooling us. That's what
yes. Okay, Major. Thanks a lot.
take care.
Thanks a lot for your intervention. As the Major, yes, he was presenting a lecture to the St. Kitts St. Kitts Nevis Parliamentary Association. I think that's the right word for it. Straight talk family. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, are you there? You're live.
Yes, I'm waiting. Good night.
Good night, my dear.
How are you?
I am peaceful. Sounds like the dimple lady. How about that? Much better now. You?
I'm giving God thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
What's on
But is I call in here to, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I call in here tonight because I am a Kenyan woman.
Mm-hmm.
Strong Kenyan woman. I went in there to live. I born there. So I am a real Kenyan woman.
Okay.
And I'm proud of that. What's going on in Kenya? It's nice, and it seems to me like it's sweeping it under the rug, because so many of them mouth is in the trough that they're afraid to talk. At the school will want to fix. When rain comes, the kids them have to shift on one side and go on another side. The windows will want change. And now I would like to study law. I mean the law in Wahibi. To Jeffrey Henry then, if I can remember, to tell him, please, get over there and get the school rectified and do the best that he can, because they make a lot of noise and speak about the one who was there, they're going to go do better. But instead of better is hell we going. Let him go and you go fix the school. And tell them stop send letters to the parents them to send board, nail, or they want a window to put in the school. That is not the parents them thing. That's them, because they went in there and they take 33% and they ain't even lift a feather. They give the parents them $500 and they take back the $500. So how come that they want them to bring board, meal, and giving the one trained, so they must get a window? Lord, that is too much of wickedness now, man. Too much wickedness. All what they gone in there to do? To tell you, fly go in a people country, go for them and do. They put it on top of us. All that they can go do? Disrespect people and bad word. That is what they gone in there for. Lord, for the dear help us in this place here. We ain't the right at all. Kayan school need fixing. And the bus for the kids, the children, them, wag away, Katitamos school that way, the children, them, are reach home 6 o'clock at night because the bus, them, is working. So the children them reach home 6 o'clock. You don't tell me that children supposed to be on top the roof 6 o'clock, just going from school because of no bus. What they gone in there for? To fold the packet and leave the people them struggling? It's not nice. Remember, you know, Jeffrey wife from here, Lucifer wife from here, King Lawyer wife from here, and the snake Judas, he wife from here. So all of them, when they ready, they gone. Leave us here. We done the hell. I ask you already if you have anything else forward than hell, because there is where we're going. Too much advantage is now in this place here. And poor people really can't take more. They need to go. They need to get out of India and go back the big. They ain't doing nothing at all. You have a pleasant night.
Have a pleasant night as well. Thank you, as usual, for your intervention. And just for information, this is what the this is what was said. Let me go to the lines before I get to that. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Yes, thank you. Good night, Brother Patrice. Good night to all listeners. This is the voice of Winston Welcome, an independent candidate for the next upcoming election. Let me say to the lady that just spoke, I like what you said, but one thing I have to tell you, in order to get these people out of that office, the people of the Federation of Senators have to go to the polls and make that exit entrance for these people. You know what I mean? Vote them out. They cannot leave office like that because they're not going to leave. So I will prefer if you say the due diligence protocol that is necessary to get these people out. I stand for correction if I say anything wrong. But let me get to what I'm saying. As I listened to you, Master Patti, your perspective, you are so right on target. And if anyone feels you are contrary to the subject, let them come forth and protest, deny, in condemnation. If no one comes forth, then you are so right, so truthful. And I doubt if anyone will come forth. Now, let me elaborate on the 3 crosses that Senate have. The PM over in Nevis, the PM in St. Kitts, and the AG, which is the Attorney General. The 3 are like the 3 stooges, but there are no jokes. They are live. And there is no damage control that could be forgiven because they have gone too far. They have sold their souls and they're trying to bring the rest of us with them. But that will be a no-no. Enjoy the...
Okay, we seem to have lost a caller. Let's go back to the lines and thank this caller for holding. Caller, you're live.
Hello, Patrice.
How are you, my dear?
I'm good. I'm calling here with God and this and decent language. When Jugan said that he ain't wrong God to defend his family. Well, nobody says he shouldn't defend his family. But you know what it is? It ain't what you do. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. And he must understand you can call somebody phone and cussing them and the position that you hold. I mean, this is not like in the 60s, somebody call you and you on the phone and you talk to them and you will go and tell somebody where somebody says such a thing. You recording you, and then when they recording you, they have social media, they put you are worldwide. You have to respect the position that you hold. I do not understand these politicians. It's same thing with Mark. When Mark say he don't care what nobody say and whatever, when he go home, he know he going home too. But he must understand when he go home, he going home with Nevis on him. When he lay down with Nevis people because he's the premier. In case anything happen in Nevis, it's his door they're going to knock. They're not going to come knock my door. It's his door going to knock and say, you know what's going on here? So that is telling you he's 24/7. So when he go home, he's not going home to meet whoever home. He going home with Nevis responsibility for him. Because that's a responsibility. So I do not understand these people that hold position. They must respect their position. They are not, right now, they are not ordinary citizens. They must understand that. So people look upon them. People have to respect them. And first, they have to respect themselves. That is what they have to do. The way how they're behaving like some vagabond street people or whatever. They're not behaving like people that's responsible, that people look up to them. So what's going to become of the country? Number one, he start and talk about he not care when nobody say, somebody got shaking in the boots. Right now, he's shaking in his boots. Because number one, when he didn't pay the nanny social security, they should have get rid of him. But they did not. Now, right now, he want to leave, but so he don't know how to leave. So this is what he do now. They're going to get rid of him, but it seems like they're not going to get rid of him. This is what's going on. Because Joe ain't no better. Because number one, you should have never said that. You should have said, I have to talk to him or whatever. But guess what? The devil can't curse him and the devil creates him. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Very sound contribution. And just for information, in terms of the role he plays, he himself said this.
The Attorney General, by definition, is the legal advisor to the government.
Okay.
Most things that government does has to be vetted for legality first. So that is why that concept of engine of the government is so accurate. Because almost anything that needs to be done in government has to come to the Attorney General's office for sign-off, basically. Contracts, any opinions, any claims, any constitutional matters, all of that comes to the office of the Attorney General. In addition to sitting in cabinet, and then cabinet decisions, if there are any legal issues that arise, I have to advise cabinet on those issues. Let's separate it. There's the office of the Attorney General, the Attorney General's office, and then there's the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs. So I basically wear two hats. But I think when people hear Attorney General, they think of both. So I think it's only fair that people know about both.
Good afternoon.
Fred, I am extremely disappointed to hear that you are telling people stupidness about my wife. Do not cross the line. Do not cross the f***ing line.
What are you talking about?
Because I will deal with it in court, Reggie. Do not call my wife name to anybody. You hear me?
I don't know if that's right. All right. That's... All right.
And that's the Attorney General. And this message reads, Patches, I'm so upset and confused with the system in this small, one-time, beautiful island. I must say that I have been bombarded with questions about Garth Wilkins' behavior in a call to a businessman. Patches, a friend living in the U.S. said to me that he thought people who held government office should be of high standards, but she is now convinced that the government in the Federation is a no-good government. I told her to wait and see what Joe will do. And I was shocked when she said to me that Joe is scared of God. Everyone thinks the matter should be referred to the Gigi as the Federation is stooping very low. Civil servants were dismissed for less than this. We are waiting to see the outcome because the entire Federation is totally embarrassed, and we want to see what the Bar Association, the churches, would do. I see Garth as a nasty person with no integrity. He's a nigger house man, and I hope the police would take his phone. He is a sick, no good rum shop man. Garth should be removed from his position as he is a no good, decent person. Because not even his brother Lucifer in hell would behave like that. I wonder how he faces the workers in government headquarters. Here is a message for Garth. Amazon sells tongue scrapers. You need to buy a pack of 6. Thanks, Patches, for reading that email. Let's go back to the lines and thank this caller for holding. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Yes, Mr. Leiber. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
California Ann.
Good evening, my dear.
How are you this evening? How's your family?
I am peaceful. We are peaceful. And what about yours?
Oh, we are here. Still waiting for justice of my brother's son. But I tell you, Mr. Leiber, tonight, if we don't get justice from my brother's son, Karma gonna have to step in. Yes, Karma gonna have to step in. Because that commissioner there, he better do what is right and he better do good.
But
I wonder if he doesn't get any good sleep at night. That commissioner there.
Let me interrupt you for a minute. I have to. Your brother, right? You're referring to was an inspector, was he? An inspector of police?
Yes.
Right? And he has remained silent. He has not said a thing. I tried to contact him. He never returned the call. And he promised to call. So I have a little difficulty. You're coming here and you're saying this. And now you have a right for free expression, but a little concerned why your brother is so quiet.
Mr. Leiber, there's so much thing I will want to get a hold of you, and I will want to see you face to face.
So what about your brother? Your brother can't explain it? I know your brother. I know Inspector Morgan.
I know.
He's a trained police officer.
That's right.
So
he was in the post
for what?
He was in the post for 30-something years.
Right, and the police
and
said something.
This is where he pays in, and this is where he gets in from the so-called commissioner.
But why is he facing that and he's so quiet and he's retired? So he has a right to defend himself. That's the difficulty I have. So I have a real difficulty. You're coming. I'm not saying you can't express yourself, but I have a real difficulty. He's quiet and not saying anything, and you're just peddling this when the police said something different. So
the police could say whatever he wants to say, because when the poor man of the young man them in this country, when they do anything, the police they want to run them down, chase them down, lock them up, put them behind bars. But when the police them do anything, they want to set them scot free. The police them is criminals.
Yeah, but could we agree on something though, right? I mean, get your brother, right? Let him have a conversation with me. He can tell me what I can say or what I cannot say. But I have a real difficulty with his side of the story missing, and this is just being peddled every week. I really have a difficulty with it. I'm not saying you're lying, but I know Inspector Morgan, and unless Inspector Morgan have something to say, I will have a difficulty entertaining this every week. I'll be honest with you.
You will have to give me a number, and I will get to him, and he will get to you.
But we spoke. He has my number. We spoke. The last time we spoke, he said he was in a meeting and he'll call him back, and he never did. Right? And I have. If he speaks to me, it is his son. If he speaks to me and he tells me he don't want to the stories that go public. I respect that. So you now I will speak about it. How's about that? How is that?
Okay, I hear you, but I know my brother to a T, Mr. Lai, but he don't like to talk much.
I don't doubt you, but I mean, if the commissioner said one thing, I mean, you
don't study that so-called commissioner there. He burned for hell. Don't study he.
Okay. I'll give you 30 seconds. We're talking about the Attorney General. We're talking about the Attorney General tonight. What's your view on him?
Oh, you don't study about the Attorney General because nobody wants for him, and he right up top. Every one of them has a listen to the lady here tonight. Because some care, and if you care and she leave, every one of them need to go, pack up and go, because people is crying. The voice of people out there is crying. Christmas is coming, and a lot of people have the whole heart and mind that he gonna pay double salary. He not gonna pay none. How we expect people to fight in this country? Poverty coming here for us, and we ain't see got to sleep in. When he and he cabal them a full up the backside with people tax money. 33% they take from the money. What happened to the doctors, the nurses? The teachers, them, they also work in public work. Those people working on top of the wood, keeping the wood clean. The young man them leaving all your money time, leave the children them gone in the factory. What's really wrong with Dr. Joe? He and the people need to go. Because they ain't doing nothing just because what he over there, but he had wherever over there the other night over Montoya there. But they don't have that since they gone in the way. And can school one fix?
Okay. Okay.
Can school one fix? Okay. Can the post office roof one fix? The decky and Montoya around the one fix, the kitchen over there, break down.
Okay.
Then I do nothing, I want like a shit.
Okay, Kalaikwaz, I understand your passion, but thanks a lot for your contribution tonight. Okay, thanks a lot for your contribution tonight, my dear. And I do understand your passion. And yes, I would like your brother, like I said, to speak up. If his son got killed and he don't want to speak about it, that's fine, but he needs to have a chat with me so we can clear this up once and for all. Good night, Mr. Liebert reads this email. Keep up the good work, sir. It is clear to me that Dr. Drew is an unsophisticated individual and that prior to coming to office as Prime Minister, he was but a small-time doctor with just a few patients. The Attorney General, on the other hand, is a lawyer, so a sophisticated professional individual. Maybe he's the ideal man to carry the nasty bag for Prime Minister's wheeling and dealing in Nigeria, and it's God's destiny to be but a brown-skinned bagman. The nasty bagman better hope that offshore trust bank accounts don't get exposed and they end up in a federal penitentiary in the great USA. If Drew is compromised by his nasty bagman, he will never ever be able to fire A.G. Wilkin. Get rid of them, jail them, reads this email. Let's go back to the lines and thank this caller for holding the call. You're live.
Package, good night.
Good night, good night. That's the Bible man?
That's the Bible man.
You just woke up?
I've been calling you all the time.
You did? You were?
Yeah, I see your finger walk around all the time. I tapping out on what it is and see how you operate.
This you operate?
Yeah.
Okay, give us some Bible verses because we're short on time.
Yeah, well,
give us
three
Bible verses that are appropriate for tonight. Go ahead.
I'm going to give Bible verses.
Please.
Wait.
Yes.
I am going to give you some Bible verses. Wait.
What's taking you so long?
But I am going to tell you what you didn't want to say. It come out on Thursday night. You didn't want to say it. Well, Thursday night. It come out on Thursday morning, it come out.
Forget
And
this,
so
forget,
that
forget
was
this
it.
sermon, man. Give me these Bible verses.
Well, here you are.
Mhm.
Here you are. Here this
Psalms.
here.
Psalms.
1. Blessed is the man that considereth the poor.
Yes.
2. Psalm 35. Psalm 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers,
Neither be envious.
neither against the workers of iniquity.
Yes.
Now, 3. Let not your heart be troubled. He believe in God, believe also in me. In my father's house are many mansions. Mr. Patrick,
Yes, my Lord.
listen here. And I'm going to finish when I'm done. Listen here. I am a senior citizen. Listen to this senior citizen. You are going now. I am a senior citizen. And this senior citizen was in the belly of labor, all when Bratcher was alive. And Patrick, in my lifetime, I never hear such thing in my life. And so I am saying to you tonight, man, what think is coming to. But what I'm going to tell you this now, when God sees too much, he can move this tumbling block out of the way. Good night, Mr. Patrick.
Good night, Mr. Bibleman. Yes, Mr. Bibleman, thank you for your prediction. God is our refuge and our strength. Yes, a very present help in time of trouble. Good evening, Ambassador. I'm listening to the interview with the Attorney General. Both the interviewer and the AG were unprofessional. They made the interview sound so jokey. The AG's profanity leaves a lot to be desired. The Prime Minister has no intestinal fortitude. He can't demand the AG's resignation because they are all in bed together. So sad. Read this email and be safe. Arizona judge resigns after being caught allegedly urinating on the street near courthouse. This is disgusting. Source Fort Worth LLC reads this email. Let's go back to the lines and say goodnight to this caller. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller. Are you there, caller?
Good night, bad word minister.
Good night.
Good night, bad word minister.
Good night, my dear. Okay. This other email reads, it's shameful. Ian, good night. I know Garth's mother and she's quite a nice person. And I'm very concerned for her. Because he knew she is very ashamed. Because she's very ashamed of Garth's filthy behavior. It is very painful and shameful. I hope the policeman heard his telephone call, and when someone on the street uses such language or words, they will turn a deaf ear to what they heard. People, please speak out and let us march for the removal of Garth Wilkin from the office he holds. This is shameful, disgraceful, and sickening. I would like to go down in front of government headquarters with a loudspeaker with the recording of Garth's telephone call to Reggie. I think that Reggie sure behaved like a statesman. Reggie, congrats. Reads this email. This other email reads, the chief legal advisor's behavior is quite disappointing. He encourages the country to operate with integrity and operate according to the law no matter what. Yet, here he is with expletives against a countryman. Though disappointing, it is not unexpected from such a person who has exhibited certain psychological traits. He was probably quite happy for such an opportunity to try to prove himself a man. Defending his wife, that's not the way, Chief Legal Advisor. But what he has done is cause to wonder what insecurities he may be dealing with on a daily basis and what fears he is confronted with. Regardless of what, we the people of St. Kitts and Nevis deserve better, reads this other email. And my Stray Dog family, as we wrap for tonight's program, I'll take perhaps 2 more calls, but just to state clearly, Garth Lucifer Wilkin has crossed the line between what is considered tolerable and what is seen as a violation of fundamental ethical and or moral values. And my Stray Dog family, truly, the propensity of Garth Lucifer Wilkin to lie, just like Terrence Michael Drew, reminds me of an old saying that my grandmother used to use. Okay, I think I've lost that call. My grandmother used to say. But Garth Lucifer Wilkin, from taking office, he has been a disappointment. He first lectured the young people about integrity. He said this: he spoke about integrity. Let me get this right, my Stray Dog family. He did speak about integrity when he said this, my Stray Dog family.
I am here to speak about integrity. And I believe that it's important to know that no true leader, no leader that excels in a leadership role can do so without integrity. So bear with me while we go through what integrity is, because I think it's important for people to know and understand. And for the persons who are in here and the persons who are listening who want to be leaders, I think it's important that you need to take integrity seriously. And what is integrity? I don't have slides, so pardon me. It's the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. What is a quality? A distinctive attribute or characteristic possessed by someone. What is it to be honest, free of deceit and untruthfulness, being sincere?
Free of deceit and truthfulness and being sincere. Do you believe that Garth Lucifer Wilkin possess those qualities? Very early in his career, he displayed a naked arrogance, I call it, which on its own revealed that Lucifer did not, underline, did not possess the temperament required for the job of Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs. He first threatened to embarrass ordinary citizens of this country. He was catapulted from his father's office at South Independence Square, where he served as a junior counsel, into the halls of power. And as if to rub salt in our wounds, Garth Lucifer Wilkin stood in our parliament and beat his chicken chest, my Stray Dog family. Beat his chicken chest and remind us that they called him Lucifer. He reminded us that he was not afraid of anybody. This is what he said to us in the People's Parliament, my spiritual family. The People's Parliament, or speaking at the forum, first of all, he said he was not afraid of us, of anybody.
I think it's time we need to draw a line in the sand, and we need to make sure that we have a better country moving forward. I'm not afraid of anybody, and I was saying that straight up. I'm not scared of anybody. I was hired to do a job, and I'm going to do that job. So some people should be shaking in their boots right now.
That's what he said. Someone was shaking in their boots. Caller, you're live.
Yeah, Patches, man. Quick question.
Quick, please.
Is cursing still against the law in St. Nevis, man? Because I remember 50 Cent was taken off stage and arrested some years ago. Is that still in the books?
Well, he was not on the stage.
Whether you, don't matter where you are. If there's proof that you was cursing.
Okay.
But anyway, man, our public officers got to be held at a higher standard than this.
Yep.
You know,
I agree.
Integrity and professionalism is very important. And, you know, sometimes we are put in positions where, you know, we got to exhibit some restraint, you know what I mean? And it's very sad to see what's going on in St. Nevis, man. The place is being run, it's so totally out of order there, man. My thing right now is the Prime Minister, he got to step up. You know, in a normal situation, to save yourself, when you have other persons in your company or whatever, in your administration, acting and carrying on like this, you know, they will be fired. They will be replaced. And the Prime Minister he's in a bad position, but he got to act like he is Prime Minister. Because these other characters are just going to pull him down. And, you know, he got to exhibit some type of strength, man, and some backbone. It's bad when you put your friends in certain positions like these, because at the end of the day, when certain things like these arise, you may have some problems in replacing them. But wrong is wrong, right is right.
Okay.
And when person act out of term in these kind of positions, the Prime Minister must know there's other persons in the Federation who can take that position. And over on Nevis, no one can convince me that there is no conflict of interest with that go-between situation between the landowners and those developers coming with that Destiny project. And so much conflict of interests exists around that whole saga. And I'm just watching and waiting, and I'm just observing from afar. And those persons who are very upset at that project coming and the SSA law, I'm just watching and waiting to see if the people's voices are not going to be heard, and if the people are going to just stay there and don't do anything about that. And thanks to the Bar Association, the Commerce and Industry, and that I think that's the NHCS, who has put out those letters and who have spoken against that SSA law. And it's bad that the Attorney General is faking it. He's not doing his job, and he thinks that he can get away with it because he's the friend of the Prime Minister. But the people got to realize they got the power in their hands, and they can take all of these characters out of office, both islands. And I wait to see that happen. Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. That's the way we're going to end it with our calls for tonight. And as I was saying, Lucifer, he came to office, said he was not afraid of anyone. But it did not stop there. This same Attorney General went rogue. Yes, rogue. Garth Lucifer Wilkin referred to us as a people as nasty. He called himself Lucifer.
They call me Lucifer. But I ain't afraid of nobody, you know. I ain't afraid of nobody. But they want to demonize people for the sake of politics. Nasty people. And this house, which is a house where people are elected to serve, and those people choose other people to serve with them, is the place to tell our people when certain things are not acceptable in a society.
But it does not stop there, my Straight Talk family. The people of St. Kitts and Nevis have witnessed a pattern of arrogance, bullying, and abuse of power. The Attorney General even threatened to confiscate our telephones, my Straight Talk family. Would you believe this? He did.
There are laws in this country that make it a criminal offense to either make or forward statements, letters, any sort of art, communications by electronic device that either harasses, threatens, intimidates, molests other people. It is called unlawful communications. And Madam Speaker, I want the people of this country to know that if the culture of forwarding and sending around things that could cause harm to other people is not stopped voluntarily by the goodwill and decency within your heart, the police are going to have to stop it. And the police have the authority and they have the law to take your phone, and don't matter what you delete, it can be found. And the police will charge you and bring you to justice. So,
yes, my Straight Talk family. That's what he said. He spoke to unlawful communication. And he spoke to the law. And he himself, most disturbingly, has now been caught in using obscene, menacing, and threatening language discovered by the same law, the Electronic Crimes Act of our Federation. And such behavior is unacceptable from any public officer. But it is intolerable as well from the one who is entrusted to defend the rule of law. When the Attorney General boasts that he's not afraid of anybody and threatens to embarrass citizens, he's not displaying courage. He is displaying contempt. Contempt for the people he serves. Contempt for the principles of justice. And contempt for the very office he occupies. Let us be clear. Power does not give you the right to intimidate. Office does not grant you the license to abuse. The Attorney General should be the nation's moral compass, not its chief tormentor. His character, when no one was watching, was found out. When I first listened to the teleconversation, I ignored the content, although the behavior of Lucifer was despicable. I was torn between my belief that we must bring evil things to light, and we have always heard that what's in the dark must come to light. It means that secrets, hidden actions, or wrongdoings will be eventually exposed and are revealed. Lucifer could not keep his dirty secrets in the closet forever, so his nasty behavior was exposed. And those who are familiar with the Bible, the scripture, will find this concept in Luke chapter 12, which states, "For there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, nor hidden that will not be known." And Garth Lucifer Wilkin, his bad behavior was revealed, my Straight Talk family.
Good afternoon.
Fred, I am extremely disappointed to hear that you are telling people stupidness about my wife. Do not cross the line. Do not cross the line.
What are you talking about?
Because I will see you with it in court, Reggie. Do not call my wife name to anybody. You hear me?
I don't know if that's
Do not
all right. That's all right.
And my Sridhar family, let me end by repeating that we, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, are not here to be embarrassed. We are here to be empowered. When a man in power forgets humility, when he starts believing he's above the people, it's time to remind him who really holds the power. And it's the people. We did not elect bullies. Or, matter of fact, Garth Lucifer Wilkin was not elected, and perhaps is not even electable. We did not vote for arrogance. We voted for accountability. We didn't choose intimidation. We chose integrity. Tonight I call for action. But my Sridhar family, let us remind every leader, every minister, every holder of high office, that the power they carry is not theirs to abuse. It is the people's power lent to them in trust. And when that trust is broken, the people have every right to reclaim it. We are a proud people. We in St. Kitts and Nevis are a just people. We believe in fairness, honesty, and respect for the rule of law. So we must send a clear message that the rule of law is sacred. That no arrogance, no intimidation, and no political shield will protect anyone who crosses that line, my Sridhar family. May God bless our federation. And may truth and justice rise above corruption and fear. And let us tell this Attorney General, Garth Lucifer Wilkin, for the last time, boy Lucifer, don't cross the line. And that's my story tonight, my Sridhar family, and I am not going to change it. I want to thank Almighty God for guiding our conversation tonight, as always. I want to thank you, the many viewers, those who listen via your cell phones, whatever. Some people just listen, some people look at the television and absorb. We had a little technical difficulty with my screen in the first part of the show, and I apologize for that. But until we connect on Thursday for another edition of Straight Talk, I want to ask you one favor. If you love it, go tell the whole world. If you don't, you did not, find a way to tell me so we can improve on things. So until we connect on Thursday for another edition of Straight Talk, be good to yourselves and to all whom you meet. And remember that whatever your mind conceive, that you will achieve. But first of all, my Straight Talk family, we got to believe. So when you wake in the morning, thank God for the morning light. Thank Him for taking you through the night. And my Straight Talk family, keep moving on. Bye-bye. Until we connect on Thursday.
The morning, I thank God for the morning light. Give Him thanks and praise.